get myself a new Game of Thrones shirt to get into the theme that is the House of the Dragon, the Game of Thrones prequel. This series hits a little, close to home for me just because Game of Thrones Season 8 was like my very first time reacting to a new popular show on my channel. It was one of my very first reaction series to a show in general, that and the Gotham series finale. So, Game of Thrones and the world that is Game of Thrones will always have a special place in my heart, disregarding how Season 8 turned out. I enjoyed Season 8. Did I think it was a disappointment? Yes, but I still enjoyed it. I thought it was a lot of fun. A lot of great things happened in that season, whether you liked it or not. It was a good, just looking at it from a show perspective, it was phenomenal. Maybe not a story perspective, but definitely from just a show, just budget, writing, set design, all that stuff. You can't disagree with me on that. There's no way you can't. It was such... Game of Thrones was just such a unique and popular and amazing show overall, in my opinion. And I'm excited to see what House of the Dragon has in store. It's a Targaryen prequel, House of the Targaryen, House of the Dragon, hence the name. And my boy Matt Smith is in this, and for all my Doctor Who fans out there, I'm very excited about that. Matt Smith was my very first Doctor, and then it was David Tennant, and I went back and watched his run. So I'm really interested to see the Doctor in a Game of Thrones show, which is very different tonally. So I guess with all that being said, your very first look at the House of the Dragon starts now. Oh, the iconic, violoncello sounds of Game of Thrones. The chills. It's good to be back. But also very depressing. 200 years before the fall of the throne.
Gods.
Oh, the hand of the king.
Fire.
There he is. There's my boy. Oh my god. So excited.
Dreams didn't make us kings.
Dragons did. Oh, the Iron Throne.
Dragons did.
Yeah, I knew it. Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon. 2022. Damn, the chills on that. God, I'm so excited. It looks so good. Damn. There you will go. There is my very first look at Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon. This looks phenomenal. I mean, how can you not get excited for Game of Thrones if you're a Game of Thrones fan? I'm really excited to see, this whole gap between the beginning of this show and the end of, or actually the beginning of Game of Thrones. I used to dabble a lot in Game of Thrones lore. I know a lot of the lore, with Easteros, Westeros, Sutheros, and I forgot what, I don't think it's Northros. I think it's something else. It has like a different name, but, I really love the lore of, the Targaryens, the dragons, the fall of the Targaryen family and the empire there. I love the idea of all these dragons flying around rather than just 3, or I guess 1 by the end of the show. And I just want to see my boy Matt Smith pop off with his acting skills, because I love that guy. He's definitely one of my favorite actors of all time. I remember seeing him in Terminator and going, oh, I know that guy. What's he doing here? So seeing Matt Smith, growing up Doctor Who as a kid, it means a lot to me. And, watching Doctor Who as a kid, it's kind of a little bit of a metaphorical coming of age thing, or maybe not coming of age, just growing up in general, maturing, because I used to watch Doctor Who when I was a little kid, and Matt Smith was like my hero. I wanted to be his companion. I wanted to be the Doctor. And then, I'm a lot older now, and I'm watching a lot more mature shows like Game of Thrones, and that same actor I looked up to is now in this show I'm excited about watching today. And it's also a much more mature show, and he's being a much more, playing a much more mature role, in my opinion. And I think that's kind of a very, full circle type of thing. It's cool, kind of cool to grow up and change your genres and things you like in medias, and have the same people you grew up with be translated and grow into the other roles that you are now also enjoying, if that makes sense. I hope you guys are trying to get what I'm getting at, but yeah, it looks great. Really, really interested to see how this show plays out. Wonder how long it's going to run for. They can't run for too long because, they will eventually have a stopping point, because, it's only 200 years before. And, the only other significant event that would happen between this show and the beginning of the, other shows, Robert's Rebellion. What Targaryen is this? Is this not Aegon Targaryen. It's a very famous Targaryen. I haven't researched Game of Thrones lore in a very long time, but I know he's like one of the main characters of the show. I think it's Matt Smith, actually. He's like a very famous Targaryen. I forgot who he is, though. I don't remember his name. I know Rhaegal was Daenerys' brother. Aegon, I think it's Aegon Targaryen. Is it? I could be wrong. I think that was also... I don't know. Someone let me know down in the comments if you're much more fluent in Game of Thrones lore. Maybe not fluent, but much more up to date and remember, because I used to be very involved, and now I just kind of forgot most of it because I haven't, been, dabbling into Game of Thrones lore since the end of season 8. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you are new. If you want to be notified every single time I upload a new Game of Thrones reaction, don't forget to hit that notification bell. If you want to support my Patreon, link to that is down in the description below. And thank you to my current patrons. Your guys' support really does mean a lot. And with all that being said, I will see you guys in my next look at Game of Thrones House of the Dragon.